Cowabunga Corner, and this episode we are sitting here with Stephen Ho, who worked on both Turtles 2 and Turtles 3 as a stunt double. Thank you so much for joining us for this.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
It's been amazing growing up seeing these movies and actually getting to go out and meet the people who've worked on them. I want to know, what inspired you to get into the martial arts?
Martial arts?
Yes.
I saw my first Bruce Lee movie when I was a kid, and I never turned back. That was really just it. The first time I saw it on TV, I just like freaked out, and I have to be able to do that.
That's cool. Where did you start training?
In Mission Viejo, California. It was a studio called the Karate Institute of America. It's still there now. And that's when I started, and then it was a style called Kenpo, which is an American Kenpo system, you know, an Ed Parker-based system. And my instructor was Richard King, and then from there I branched out and started learning different styles and working with different people, and here I am today.
Okay, how did you get into doing stunt double work?
That was a total coincidence. I was competing on the national circuit at that time, and then I don't know, maybe 1989, something like that, and Jet Li saw me at a tournament, and he recruited me into the business, and I was his double, and I did a few films with him, and that same production company was doing Ninja Turtles, and that's how it kind of all came together. So I literally just fell into it.
You have to have the skill to wear these things and be able to do that.
Yeah, this was difficult because the costumes are, you know, they're pretty heavy. They're about 40 pounds, and you're very limited in your vision, and your center of gravity is different, so it's no longer here. It's like probably a few inches behind because the shell throws everything off. So I kind of had to relearn a lot of the kicks. I remember the first time that we put on the costumes, we were in London at Jim Henson's shop. The first time I threw a spin kick, I fell on my shell, literally. Just because the distribution was all off, you know, my balance was completely off.
What has been the best thing about doing stunt double work?
I've been able to just, I think, have a career where I can pursue what I really enjoy, and that's just martial arts and the physical aspects of what you can do with your body, and that's been a blessing.
How did you first hear of Ninja Turtles? Did you know of it before getting involved with the movies?
No, I was just, you know, at that time I was just training, and I was just one track train. And I was working on a film with Jet Li, and they had called me to come in and audition for Turtles Part 1. And I was in San Francisco, and I couldn't make it. I'm not sure what happened, and then when Part 2 came around, they called again, and they said, hey, we're going to meet some people at the Battle of Atlanta if you have time, you know, if you're going to be at that tournament. So I went to the Battle of Atlanta, I was competed there, and Pat Johnson, who's the choreographer, saw me there, and they brought me on from there, and that was it. So.
Okay, did the stunt doubles ever switch up being different turtles, or was a stunt double ever, was there ever two turtle scenes going on at the same time? Or something where another stunt double had to be the same turtle as someone else?
No, I mean, there were times where the acting turtle and the stunt turtle were involved in the same scene. So, for example, the acting turtle would talk and then duck behind a pillar or something, and then the stunt turtle would come up and do a fight. Or the other way around. Like, we did that often.
I have a question then. I have seen several pictures of Ho Young Pak inside the Donatello stunt double costume.
Oh, good. I forgot about that.
I'm going, wait a second, you guys confused me more than anything when you, because I met you both, and you both signed the opposite turtles of what I thought you guys were because of all the pictures of Ho Young Pak as Don.
Well, it's confusing because Ho Sung Pak, his brother, was Raphael throughout all the movies, throughout Part 2 and Part 3.
Yeah.
During Part 2, the last week of shooting, I got into a really bad accident. The scene where the trap net took us in the junkyard. So that net, the wiring broke, the net collapsed, and I crushed my foot very badly, like I almost had to have it amputated. And Larry Lamb, who was Leonardo, also got injured. So it was the last week of shooting, and I think there was just one more scene to shoot, which was the Turtles, just a shot of them running on the rooftop, like right before the ending or something like that.
Yeah.
And so obviously I couldn't do that scene, I was in the hospital. So Ho Sung called his brother, recommended his brother Ho Young, so Ho Young finished that scene up for me. And then David Wald came in and finished that scene for Larry Lamb.
Really?
Yeah, it was the last week of shooting.
It was always really confusing.
Yeah.
He signed autographed pictures of him with the Donatello suit on, and
well,
like,
he was,
wow.
He was on the suit. So. And you know what, actually, I've come to think of it, in Part 3, it was so long ago and my memory's so bad, but we had a few stunt doubles who were horse riders.
Yes.
And so I don't know if one ever doubled Donnie, but I know Michelangelo fell off a horse or someone did a face plant into the mud. So that was a different stunt double who did that.
Yeah, I heard that the riders were different than
Yeah.
the stunt doubles. So. Was there any difference in wearing the Henson costume to the all effects costume?
I didn't feel a difference at all. No.
No difference at all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a turtle aficionado like you, where you would notice a difference, you know, exterior, but interior felt great for me.
Just was wondering if they handled it differently with two different companies putting them together. So.
You know, honestly, I don't remember. I just
Okay.
all I remember is just standing there and getting a mold in my face and being uncomfortable and thinking, my God, if there's an earthquake right now, I'm really screwed.
Now, did they do your molds in New York City, or where did they do your molds?
The Henson mold was
Yeah.
in London.
London, okay.
And the All Effects mold was here in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Valley.
Because they were telling me, I was at the Henson's Creature Shop in New York at one time, and they were saying the stunt costumes for the movies were made at that one. So I was wondering where they did that because of that. So it's
Yeah,
interesting to hear you guys went to London.
Yeah, they flew us there for, I was there literally for a day. Like I flew in and then, you know, tried the costumes on, got the mold, and then left, and that was it.
On-scene locations harder for the Turtles filmings.
Well,
Like with Turtles 3 being down at Young River Falls.
we shot Turtles 2 on stage, so what I liked about it was that it was just more of a controlled environment, so it was like boom, 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 you know, because everything was pre-lit, ready to go. What I didn't like about it was the smoke issue that we talked about before, because when you're on stage, they just normally like to just fill that up with atmosphere. Part 3 was mostly exterior, which I loved about it because it was fresh air. When we weren't shooting, we were by the waterfall, you know, just everything was wonderful there. And I actually found a rock at Young's River, is that what it is? At
Young
the
River's
waterfall.
Fall.
That was just, it was stuck in a little crevice in the water, and it was spinning and spinning and spinning, and it was almost a perfect circle.
Wow.
And I found it there, and I still have it today, and I was like, oh, this is special. You know? But what I didn't like about shooting outside, when, you know, we're in Astoria, it rained a lot, and it was really muddy.
Ooh.
So it was complicated, you know. So give it or take. They were just two completely different animals, North Carolina and Astoria. But
How did they handle the mud with the turtle feet?
just fell. We just like slipped. I mean, it was complicated. You didn't handle it.
It didn't handle it.
It was
Okay.
really difficult, you know.
Because you picture that would destroy the costume in a way.
Oh yeah.
Going through that.
Yeah.
They
Well,
went through-
especially with the rocks too. You know, the little pebbles, which I actually like the pebbles because they gave us some sort of a grip. But it made it difficult. And the thing with that movie was what made it real. Now it's all coming back to me. Now I'm starting to get pissed off. With the costumes, we're so. Forget these costumes. These were heavy enough. But then we had the samurai outfits that we had to wear on top of that. I remember the first time that they gave them to us, they were like, no way, this is like, it's not possible. It's like 100 pounds total, you know? So then they ended up, you know, altering it a little bit and making them out of rubber instead of metal. But it was heavy because we had this and we had the other costumes and then we had that another samurai mask on top of this. So then it's, you know, our necks were just like, ooh, it's very challenging.
Now,
That was
did
tough.
having that piece in front of the face right here, that black part of the samurai mask, block your view even
We
more?
never
or
had. I mean, even with this, like you can see
the
how
view,
this,
how little it is.
right? But
yeah.
no, this is a lot, and this is because it's just open.
Yeah.
Every time we would shoot, the costumers would come and they would pinch it, so literally you couldn't see anything. And I always had a trick where that I never told anyone, but I took a piece of green. It was about this big, and I called it my cigar. It was a little stump, and I would hide it in between my mouth on the sides. So as much as they try to close it, it would never really close completely. And I would just look down so I could at least see the floor.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, to do the choreography with the people coming at you blind is really difficult.
Yeah.
Especially with the smoke and you can't breathe and see. So I at least wanted to, if I could see your feet, then I know where your hands are. So.
Now, they had you do it completely. There was no headsets or anything to help give
No, I mean, at one
But
time.
could you at least hear the directions easy through that?
Sometimes, unless Vanilla Ice music was going, you could hear it. Yeah, but there was a lot of, most of it was verbal yells and communication from, we had a great team of, you know, foot soldiers, you know, the locals in North Carolina, and many of them came to Oregon as well, and there were some some locals from Oregon, but just a great group of foot soldiers from both movies. You know, local martial artists and martial artists from around neighboring states who came in and just were wonderful to work with, and they did it. I mean, they sold all the hits.
Is there any bloopers or funny memories or anything that really stand out from your past that you would like to share from the Turtle movies?
I have a lot of mixed feelings with that. You know, like there was a lot of great memories, a lot of great friends, great times, and then just, you know, disaster and misery for the last 7 days. That lasted another year for me to get back together, you know. But the producers were very kind, and you know, they helped me through it quite a bit, and they took care of my parents and flew them in, and you know, it's just it was a big family atmosphere, and I would have to say that overall I was spoiled, as that is my first big, you know, Hollywood film, because I thought, oh, every film, everyone's this nice. The producers are this nice on every film. They're not. They're not. That was the exception, and that was probably the best experience I've ever had on a film set, was that first film that I did.
I have to admit, I've met people in every media of Ninja Turtles so far, and Ninja Turtles has been one of the friendliest medias, no matter where we went, from the movies, the cartoons, the comics. The people have been fantastic. Everyone's down to earth.
How can you not have fun?
Yeah, it's just...
You know, how can you not have fun doing Ninja Turtles? So.
If there was another Turtle movie, would you be a turtle again if they did it live action?
I would never, ever, ever, ever get into a costume, Ninja Turtle, Pokemon, whatever, anything, ever, 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 ever again, unless someone's life depended on it, and it would have to be an immediate family member.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's challenging. It's challenging work, you know.
It is.
It's fun when you're a kid and you're starting off, but not now. Not now.
Not 20 years later,
Not
huh?
now. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite movies that you have worked on?
Ninja Turtles, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Funny answer after I said I would never do it again, but I would have not. I wouldn't have. You know, I wouldn't have changed anything about it other than, you know, the fall. But I loved every minute of it. It's just I loved every minute of it in my 20s. You know?
What is the hardest stunt you've ever had to perform, or what is your favorite stunt?
What is my favorite or hardest stunt? I mean, honestly, like, it sounds weird, but my favorite job after Ninja Turtles that I've ever worked on is just being on Conan O'Brien. Just because it's so much fun. I feel bad when they pay me. You know, I do. I feel horrible when they pay me. I'm like, why are you paying me? I should pay you guys. I'm having so much fun with this.
And speaking about Conan, it's well, you've been doing a lot of it lately, and we're wondering, how did you get into doing the stunt of going in there and having fun?
One of the producers, Rachel Bernstein, called me, and this was when they were at the Tonight Show. Before they actually were at the Tonight Show, when they just had the stage. So they called me in to, you know, look at the stage to come up with ideas for what they could potentially do for future episodes. And I went in a few times and talked to them, and at one point she just says, would you like to be on the show? And I said, sure. I had no idea what that entailed. I thought it was just going to be, I don't know, to come on and do something little. And I honestly, it didn't really hit me until I showed up and I saw my name on the marquee as a guest. I was like, oh, I didn't know you meant on the show. I thought I was going to be like those guys on David Letterman, you know, the two Indian gentlemen who work at the convenience store. I thought it was just going to be a little thing like that.
Is there anything recent that you're working on that you would like to share with the fans?
No.
No? Okay, that was simple. And is there anything you would like to say to Turtle fans?
Y'all are crazy. No.
We know that.
No, I mean, I think it's just, to me, I'm just flattered to be a part of history. Because I was never a Ninja Turtle fan until I booked the job, frankly, and then started looking back and like, wow, this is kind of cool. And you know, as you know how things go with fads in the Western world, you know, they come and go very quickly. And at one point, it seemed like, you know, Power Rangers was kind of taken over, and it kind of made me a little sad, to tell you the truth. So, whether you like the CGI or not, I'm glad that it brought back awareness to Ninja Turtles, and I think that's what's important. And so, whatever, we'll duke it out later.
I feel that the awareness was brought back more inside the cartoon series that was going on at the time, from 2003 to 2009, by 4Kids. The CGI movie did not have enough promotion, and so people were coming up to me saying, wasn't there supposed to be a turtle movie coming out? And I'm like, yeah, it went out of the theater last month. So...
Well, you're the expert.
That's
I'm just happy that there's awareness again, and it seems to be making a nice comeback.
Yeah, it is. And the stuff with Nickelodeon and the new stuff coming out is just looking like it's going to be amazing. They're talking with the fans to get ideas. They're showing fans sneak peeks on a TV show that's not even coming out till fall 2012.
Great.
So they're having fun with it. It's
excellent.
The best thing.
This is actually a staff that I use on part 2, and that I think was also used by Ernie on part 1. That's what they told me. I'm not sure. But we used it for the first 2 films, and then for the third one, in the choreography, they wanted to incorporate a lot quicker bow staff moves, so we ended up making a thinner staff, which was easier to maneuver, but I like the look of this one much better.
This one does
The
look
one in
really
part
cool.
3, was actually a lighter finish as well.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a darker wood finish. The other one was a little bit lighter. And then this is obviously the head, but we'll use this for Ninja Turtles Part 2.
Yes, the stunt double head.
And it's, you know, it's old, it's fraying. You can feel on the top it's still spongy and in decent condition, but if you feel like right around the front and the back of this, of the neck area, you can see how fragile it is. Like,
it isn't turning the dark green, nasty green yet that the Planet Hollywood ones were turning into.
I've kept it out of sunlight forever. It's never out. I brought it out for you, but normally it's under a trash bag. So I keep it completely covered. That's what I was told to do.
Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we will catch you next week on Cowabunga Corner, where I will be talking about the Ninja Turtle magazine's 2nd issue.
Hi, I'm Santino Ramos, and you're watching Cowabunga Corner.